Underhouse sewer repair. What all does it involve? I want you to stay till the end because I've got a tip for you. I'm going to tell you what a sewer water test, a sewer camera, and a locator have in common. An underhouse sewer repair is what this is all about. And you're actually going to get to see me, an apprentice and a cameraman, go under a house and do a sewer repair. Now, guys, this was a nasty job. Okay, one of the most important things for plumbing is you've got to remember, runs downhill. Now, I know I can't say that, but I mean, truthfully, that's a technical term. Guys, one of the most important things is to always make sure that your pipe has the correct fall going the right direction. And as you get in here, you realize we are under a house. Now, this is a pier and beam, but we had to have more room to work. So we actually did bring in the dig crew to go ahead and give us some more room, because we knew that we were going to have to get in here and change some things. We had major backfall, we had major breaks, and we had already proven that. But getting in here and getting your ditch right to where your pipe falls the correct direction and everything is going to do what it's supposed to do at the end is one of the most important things that we deal with. Now, you can see we're propping things up, getting them out of the way to get enough dirt out to make sure that we get the correct fall on it. But then we're going to come back later and we're going to put hangers in to help support this. That way, everything stays like it's supposed to do when the dig crew comes back in, fills everything back in. And sometimes you got to cut a root out. And yeah, sometimes you've got to bring your cameraman up under here with you. Now, anytime you're cutting next to a water line, be very careful. You don't want to nick it and cause a water leak, then you've just got more work to do. Guys, as we get down here to the toilet, we're going to leave the Wisconsin there. That it looks solid. We took everything apart. As you can see, we're moving things around right there. This fitting was actually in great shape. It's not below ground. We didn't see any reason to change it out. And we'd had to charge the customer a lot more to go inside, pull the toilet, and rebuild everything to get all that done. But we felt like everything here was good, so we decided we'd go ahead and tie onto it. Now remember, after I've used your knife to clean a used piece of sewer pipe like that, don't pick your teeth with it. Guys, we had to put this one in a different way. They had a combination directly under the Wisconsin, but that was creating a belly going back uphill to come out to where the sewer line was outside. So what we decided was we looked at the rest of the system and realized that we were able to bring it up a little bit and still have fall getting to this Y. So what we did is we changed it to a Y and a sweep there instead of putting a combination in. So that brought us a couple more inches to come up that gave us the fall that we needed. That way we could put it in without having any bellies, any backfall, any problems at all. Okay, not really. You gotta love the plumber's tape. Whenever you need a third hand, something to hold pipe or a fitting or whatever in place, you can do what needs to be done. It is a great thing to have around. Now on here, we actually ended up leaving this piece till later. That way it would help hold this sweep up in position right up under that toilet. Guys, what we did is we put this piece in. We got it where you'll see the tie-in here in a minute, but we got everything in, plumb, and level, and knew right where we wanted it. So we went ahead and got that in, temporarily hung it there to support it, got our measurement, that way we'd know exactly what piece we needed to get in there. And man, doing it this way here, everything worked out really, really well. So my apprentice really did like this move and even made a comment. He's like, wow. What we did is slid the hanger off of it. That way we can drop that, move that around, put our piece in, line it right back up where we want, slide that hanger back right where it is. And that's why we had put that hanger back there on that 90, because we knew we could slide it around out of the way, slide it right back in position, and give us everything that we needed. Now down at the far end, remember I told you that we put this Y in instead of the combination. So what we're going to have to do is cut the cast iron line so that we can move our main over just a little bit. So what I've done is I've got everything in there, measured it as to right where I wanted it, marked it. We're going to cut the cast iron out of the way. That way we can put all that back together. Then we'll come back here and put the shear band on at the bottom of this Wisconsin. So what we're getting ready to do here is we're going to put both CT adapters or shear bands on at the same time. Meaning I'm going to slide the pipe over where my apprentice can put the one adapter on right there. He's going to guide that right up into position and then put that plumber's tape back in place to help hold it, while I slide my end over and into place on the cast iron sewer main that we just cut loose and lined up down there. So we're actually lining his up, like we've got right there. And you see how he's putting that plumber's tape back in position to hold it up there securely. Now, all I've got to do at the end is glue on my 90, roll that piece down, and tie into the sewer. And guys, as you see, Shay's tightening up the shear band just like I do. The inside bands first, then the outside. That way, by tightening up the inside bands, I really feel like you line your two pipes up so much better. And I've seen other plumbers do the outside first, and I've always questioned it, but I always do my two bands on the inside first, then the two bands on the outside. Now, as I'm getting this last piece ready to go on, you'll notice we've got our gloves on. We're trying to protect ourselves. We know that we've got everything cleaned out of there. Glasses aren't quite as critical. I've got mine on, Shay doesn't. But, we're getting everything done right. We're getting everything in plumb and square like we're supposed to. So we're trying to do everything we can to make sure that we get this pipe in right. We're going to test it when we're all said and done. But get everything in right and make sure that there's not any leaks. These people, I don't know how long they haven't had the use of this toilet. It's been a while. And there was a special section I wish that we'd have recorded, and we didn't have the recorder at the time, but we had a 5-gallon bucket under there, and at the bottom of that Santee, or Wisconsin right there, literally the old band, and it was just an old no-hub band, was on it holding that PVC combo up against it. And that had separated out, and the metal band was lined up right in the center of it. So it was actually filling up that complete Wisconsin with poop, paper, piss, anything at all that it could hold in there. And when we came in, we slid a bucket right over there just to push that no-hub band out of the way. And luckily a 5-gallon bucket caught everything that was in it. And I mean, it completely filled it up. But literally, guys, this is what it takes. This is a good job to get in and do a repipe under a pier and beam house. So a sewer water test, a sewer camera, and a locator. What do they have in common? That's how you find where the problems are. So guys, look, I hope you love this video. Will loves it when I get under the house and get muddy, but I love it when I get to drag him under there with me. So we had a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, please share it with somebody that you think can learn something about plumbing, and leave a comment below and let me know what you thought. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. We'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.